The most powerful warrior turning rogue is a terrifying prospect. What if the mighty Stone Hashira Gyomei Himejima abandoned his post and pledged allegiance to the demons? How much devastation could this unstoppable force unleash upon the Demon Slayer Corps? He sets out to annihilate his former Demon Slayer comrades. Can the Hashira band together and take Gyomei down? Or will Gyomei just plow through their ranks and they stand no chance? What happens when Demon Gyomei fights Upper Moon 1, 2, and 3 in one-on-one battles? Will he defeat Akaza, Doma and Kokushibo, or do they stand a chance against his new blood demon art? Gyomei's transformation. Conflicted by humanity's propensity for senseless violence, Gyomei begins to question his role as a demon slayer. He wonders if demons truly are more evil than humans who murder each other over petty disagreements and prejudice. Seeking answers, he tracks down Muzan.
Humans are the real monsters,
Gyomei declares when finally face to face with Muzan.
They kill for sport, power, and hatred of those unlike themselves. But demons kill to survive, so I've come to join you.
Intrigued by the strongest Hashira's change of heart, Muzan agrees to make Gyomei a demon. He sinks his fangs into Gyomei's neck, infecting him with destructive, transformative blood. Gyomei's body convulses in agony as the demonic cells alter his physiology. When at last the pain subsides, Gyomei is reborn. His strength magnified, senses heightened, a full demon. Muzan wastes no time issuing orders to his powerful new recruit. Go now and destroy the core that once called you brother. Leave no survivor. Though Gyomei has betrayed his vows, a flicker of regret passes through him at the command. But the demon blood brooks no disobedience. For the core he once served faithfully, annihilation awaits. Gyomei versus the Hashiras. The mood is grim as the Hashira gather before Kagaya Ubuyashiki. An air of anger and betrayal hangs heavy in the room as they heatedly discuss Gyomei's desertion. How could their strongest have abandoned his duty and joined the demons? Their speculation is interrupted by the shoji doors busting open. There stands Gyomei, skin stark white, eyes burning red. A horrific vision of the noble pillar twisted into a monster. Gasps and cries of alarm ring out. Several Hashira immediately form a barricade around Ubuyashiki, ready to defend their leader.
I have been reborn,
Gyomei declares, his voice a chilling rumble.
Muzan has granted me power you cannot imagine. I stand with the demons now.
He surveys the room, regarding his former comrades with a predatory gaze.
I will give you one chance. Abandon your fruitless mission and join us, or die.
The Hashira bristle, hands tightening on their weapons as killing intent rises in the room. Gyomei laughs, a deep and terrible sound.
Have it your way. Then by Muzan's command, I will destroy you all.
His eyes blaze with madness and bloodlust. The air hums with tension as the warriors brace themselves, facing down the fearsome wrath of their former strongest pillar turned deadly foe. As he shares his vision, Demon Gyomei is suddenly struck by Sanemi's attack. Sanemi firmly declares his readiness to take down Gyomei. The clash lasts less than a minute, but the intensity is heightened by Demon Gyomei unleashing his new blood demon art. As their swords collide repeatedly, Gyomei suddenly activates the power flowing through his veins. Crimson tendrils emerge from his skin, twisting and elongating to form thorny vines covered in razor-sharp barbs. With inhuman speed, the vines shoot towards Sanemi, threatening to entangle him. Sanemi slashes wildly, managing to evade the vines, but they have distracted him from Gyomei's sword. Seizing the opportunity, Gyomei sweeps in and knocks Sanemi off balance. More vines erupt from Gyomei's arm as he swings his sword in a deadly arc. Sanemi tries to raise his blade to block, but the vines entangle his arm, making him too slow. Gyomei's sword slices clean through his neck, decapitating him. Sanemi's decapitated body hits the ground, but there's no time to mourn the fallen Hashira. Enraged by Sanemi's death, Obanai and Shinobu launch themselves at Demon Gyomei. Their swords clash against his neck, barely slowing the rampaging demon. Shinobu darts behind, stabbing her poisoned blade into Gyomei's back. It has no effect. With an animalistic roar, Gyomei whirls, his spiked flail striking them both. They crash through walls, knocked senseless. Mitsuri charges in with her ribbon-esque Nichiren blade, carving a massive gash across Gyomei's chest. It quickly begins to close. Whirling the flail over his head, Gyomei brings it down on Mitsuri with crushing force. There is a sickening crunch as it smashes her throat. Obanai screams, attacking recklessly. With casual ease, Gyomei severs both his arms with an axe swing. He grabs the disabled Hashira by the neck, throttling the life from him. Tengen unleashes his nunchuck blades, steel flashing as he drives Gyomei back. But Gyomei's wounds heal rapidly while Tengen's strikes only increase his bloodlust. A devastating punch brings Tengen to his knees. As Gyomei closes in for the kill, smoky mist fills the room, masking Rengoku, who prepares a massive attack. This battle is far from decided. Rengoku unleashes a torrent of flames with fire-breathing ninth form, but Demon Gyomei withstands the blow and overpowers Rengoku's sword skills with his own deadly grace. The former Stone Hashira's strength has multiplied exponentially since becoming a demon. Gyomei regenerates rapidly from each wound while Rengoku tires. In a last desperate move, Rengoku activates the ultimate final flame form, yet Gyomei cancels the attack barehanded with his blood demon art, blood vines entangling the flames. An axe slash carves a gaping wound across Rengoku's chest, leaving him defeated. As Gyomei moves in for the kill, a jet of water blasts Rengoku clear. Gyu and Muichiro launch into a perfectly synchronized attack, unleashing water-breathing 11th form and mist-breathing 7th form in unison. Gyu's water jets slice through Gyomei's flesh, while Muichiro's crimson blade severs tendons and ligaments. For the first time, Gyomei seems truly hampered, regeneration slowing under their coordinated assault. But the demon's stamina is endless. He sweeps his axe in a savage arc that catches Gyu across the ribs, slicing to the bone. Whirling, Gyomei backhands Muichiro, sending the boy flying into a wall to crumple, overwhelmed. His blood demon art activated, Gyomei bellows as thorny vines burst from his skin. They entangle the Hashira, constricting like snakes. Bones creak under the pressure. With another roar, Gyomei retracts the vines, slamming the two pillars together. They drop broken to the ground. Gyomei looms over them, axe raised for the executing blow. Rengoku lies unconscious still. If they had all attacked from the start, this might have gone very differently. Demon Gyomei versus the Upper Moon 3. Within the Infinity Castle, Muzan observed his strongest demons. Kokushibo bowed deeply, ever the obedient servant. Doma wore his usual sly smirk, already planning ways to manipulate Akaza. Akaza radiated violent energy, hungering to prove his might. You three will now fight my newest creation, to the death. Muzan declared while gesturing to the former Hashira Gyomei. His pale skin and crimson eyes marked his transformation. Beneath his flesh, mutated vines signified his new demonic power. Kokushibo seemed poised to question the command, but Muzan's sharp gaze silenced him. This was a test of limits, not a request.
I will face you each in turn.
Gyomei rumbled.
Then we shall see who is worthy of standing at Lord Muzan's side.
Akaza roared his approval, ready to batter the upstart into submission. Doma hid his surprise behind an amused facade, and Kokushibo silently calculated the best way to dispatch this newest threat to his supremacy. The Upper Moons and Demon Gyomei prepared to unleash hell against each other. By the end, Muzan would have his answer. Who deserved the title of strongest demon? Akaza versus Demon Gyomei. Akaza wasted no time launching at Gyomei with a barrage of shockwave-enhanced punches. But Gyomei met his charge head-on, crimson vines erupting to block the blows. The vines twisted to entangle Akaza, but he unleashed a chaotic blue-silver frenzy to shred them apart. The two trade earth-shattering hits that cracked stone and split the air. Akaza's martial arts kept Gyomei's vines at bay, while Gyomei's superior strength sent Akaza skidding back again and again. But neither could gain the upper hand. Growing frustrated, Akaza activated his destructive kill, Compound, the horn-like protrusions amplifying his power. Gyomei responded by unleashing his monstrous true demon form. They clashed in a blur of motion, shockwaves and vines shattering the battlefield around them. Sensing his limit nearing, Akaza unleashed his annihilation-type technique in a desperate bid. The air detonated under the impact of their attacks. When the dust settled, Akaza was riddled with gaping wounds rapidly sealing, but Gyomei was unharmed, having deflected the blow with his bare hand. His vines surged forward to ensnare Akaza and force him to his knees. Face to face, Gyomei saw the disbelief in Akaza's eyes. The Upper Moon's ambition died along with him as Gyomei's vines twist and rip Akaza's body to shreds until only dust remains. Gyomei had claimed his first victory against Muzan's elite. Doma versus Demon Gyomei. Doma eyed Gyomei with amused interest, eager to toy with his new plaything. With a graceful leap, Doma took on the air on icy wings conjured by his demon art. Razor-sharp icicles rained down on Gyomei, who endured the barrage as his vines spiraled skyward in pursuit. Evading Gyomei's vines with aerial twists, Doma dove down headfirst, encased in an icy drill aimed at Gyomei's heart. At the last second, Gyomei sidestepped and seized Doma's wing, hurling him backwards. The ice demon righted himself effortlessly, looking delighted by the back and forth. Deciding to get serious, Doma generated a swarm of frozen locusts to assail Gyomei from all sides. Spinning his vines like shields, Gyomei weathered the swarm before capturing Doma in their spiked embrace. But Doma melted into icy water, reforming a distance away unharmed. His smile gone, Doma manifested a giant ice dragon to attack. Unfazed, Gyomei battered the construct to pieces with his vines. Doma clicked his tongue in irritation at his art being overpowered. He would need to kill seriously now. Glycerin ice crystals rained down, piercing Gyomei's body. Howling, Gyomei unleashed a vortex of vines that pulverized Doma's ice attacks and then Doma himself. But from the icy slush, Doma's voice rang out, commending Gyomei on forcing him to use his clone technique. Appearing atop a glacier, the real Doma praised the skill that had backed him into a corner. Gyomei had proven himself superior, and Doma would accept death gracefully. Gyomei granted his request, impaling the ice demon through the heart to claim his second upper moon kill. Kokushibo vs. Demon Gyomei.